Hello, knuckleheads, helmet wearing freaks. How long I've been telling people this shit for? And I wouldn't first say it. It just was obvious. And they already told you this in books. I try to go onto Instagram and have a conversation just to open up a dialogue about this. And you can't say shit to anybody. Sports, pro sports are scripted. That's what it is. Does it take away from how awesome it is? Does it take away from the game? No. When you go watch a movie, if you don't know what the movie is about, it's an entertaining movie anyways. You don't know what's going on during the whole thing. You know, at the end, somebody wins, somebody loses. That's what you know. You don't know who, you don't know how, but you're gonna, when you go to a movie, you don't know all the everything, the ins and outs of it. Go watch a football game. Do you think it's any different? I got a lot of codes and a lot of things that I was about to break down today. Um, Tomorrow is supposed to be a pretty interesting day, so I went and got all of my provisions, including a couple beers and some wine. I got a bunch of popcorn. I'm gonna even make some popcorn tonight because it's about to get hilarious right now. It's about to get super funny. You want to see Zen be funny? I'm gonna put my hair down for this kind of humor. But everybody on here already knows how funny I am. Funny like you laughing at me. Funny like haha. What's that? Just got back from a colonic, ripe soul. That's hilarious. I have not told anybody about getting a colonic in the longest time. You know, everybody knows that. I talk about enemas all the time, but I have not used the word colonic. And they were talking about doing a colonic, and I was saying before my long fast, I did a colonic, and then after it, I did another colonic, and I still somehow had something coming out of me, because it's showing you how your body is breaking down material that you don't need. So I do my colonic, I do 43-day water fast, and I do another colonic. Crazy. I mean, the whole rest of the story was that I ate too much too quick, and I slept for like 20 some hours, and I really really damaged my, like, didn't damage anything, but it was like I was like, oh, I ate carbohydrates, and I should not have. I should have waited a few more days to put more solid food in my body. Anyways, yeah, what do you want to get into? Like, I want to get into this election thing again. I want to get a couple codes that are going on. I want to get into um, this whole Republican this projected lunacy. I can't I can't wait to. I wish I knew more people online that have, like, the people that, like, when I say something on an Instagram or something, they're like, oh, you're an idiot, you don't know anything about sports. I've been telling people about this, the title screen. I'm telling people about that, and tell people about this Joe Biden. He has not won anything. I tell them this. They ain't trying to hear me though. I'll tell you some other things too. It's all coded. And other people break these codes down. I break them down different ways. I've noticed the same things, and the fact that they're on the same wavelength as I am, doing it in a different way, shows me something. And I'm not very often wrong about things. I don't like to be wrong. So if I'm wrong, I don't speak. I learned a long time ago when I was a child. Don't make up things. Don't lie. Don't just say shit to say shit. Say, if you know it, say it. If you don't know it, say, I think, maybe, it might be, perhaps, perchance, possibly. I don't know, but it seems this way. It seems to be. Um, so most things I'll say is it seems to be. I'm never completely 100% right, because I don't want to be. It's why? How can you? How can anyone? How can you be completely right about anything? Everything is subject to other people's points of views and perspectives. But certainly, there's nothing to be understood about this perspective. Dude came out and said that football, okay, if it's for football, it goes for every other sport too. It's completely scripted, and they have to sign a non-disclosure at the beginning of their career to say they can't speak about how it's scripted. They can't. They're not allowed to. I mean, to what degree? I don't know. Maybe his had different. Maybe there was a value on it, like up until the time you're this number many years old. Or this maybe his contract had other stipulations, or maybe this is the great revealing. Maybe this is the age of understanding how sports really works, how sports are what they are. I mean, people should have already known this. It doesn't take away from growing up playing sports. You're doing it all freehand. It's all, you learn plays, you learn how to do this, you learn how to do that, and those are parts of what you do. And then as you get better, you become more precise at it, and to the point that you're like a sword. You're like a laser pointer with what you're capable of doing. Sports are scripted. I don't know if he's saying it's down to every yard line and every play. But I'm going to say this one more time. If your entire life, practice to be a professional wide receiver, that means you're in the game and you run a few routes, there's a chance that you might, during a season, catch 6 balls a game. A chance. That's a lot. You understand? 16 games. That'd be 60 and 10, and 6 and 6 is 36. That's 96 catches. That's a lot of catches. So six times a game. Do you know how easy it is for you to catch the ball when all you do, your entire job, is you're going to run down the field and you're going to make this route? You know exactly how many steps to take. If you're running a pattern, it's an out pattern, you take 13 steps, then to the right at this many degrees, this, right? That's your job. You do that every single day, and you catch the ball. When you catch the ball, you can do it with your eyes. You can do it with your eyes closed. Because if every day of your life, that's all you did, you don't think you'd be perfect at that? So when you see someone drop a ball, you better believe that is 100% chance that they did that on purpose. They were told to drop that ball. You do not drop a catch. Playing high school ball, people don't drop. You don't drop it. If it's thrown to you, you catch it. You occasionally, you'll get pulled out the game if you drop a ball. And in professional, you're going to have the ball thrown to you 8 times. How accurate is a quarterback? Their job is to throw the ball directly right there. That's your job. Oh, but there's a defense there. I don't care. There's defense. It's all under script. They already know what the play is. They already know what's going on. Everybody on the field. So he already said it. And other people have already said it too. I've been saying it from an outside perspective. I'm outside the fishbowl. I don't care. Like I'm some idiot, right? I think politics isn't scripted. To what degree? If this election is scripted and a couple other things are going on scripted, to what degree? Tomorrow's a very important day. Tomorrow is a very auspicious day because of the date. Think about it. I wish I could give you the coding on here. Maybe if people stay, I'll do a Zoom room, which means that this won't be online for everybody. What up, Barefoot? What's up, Immortal Soul? What's up? Let's see what's up in here. What's up, Carson? Ripe Soul's up in here. Poop City. Rip City. Rip some poops. Rip Poop City. Yeah, Carson. I mean, you're white. Yes, I am not, though. I mean, it may appear that way to you, but no. I just put makeup on my skin. I'm like Indian people. They'll put certain types of flowers, like flour, not flowers. Like I'm talking about flour, white flour, on their skin to try to remove the coloring, because there's a big, like, Indian people. There's like, they don't like the darker Indian ones. They don't. That giant country, that giant fucking place, 1 billion people over there. It's more preferable for people to be lighter skinned, for real. Something to do with the British East India Company and some other things, but whatever. I'm not getting the dynamics of that, but no, I'm barely white. They should name me Barely. Burley. Camel toe Harris is this. That's very funny. But I'll tell you, that's not what's gonna happen. Oh, are you talking about the yeah? Are you talking about the Saints game? Saints versus the. I was watching that because I'm a Saints fan, diehard Saints fan. Yeah, I like the Saints. It's fun to go watch, but Tom Brady and Drew Brees with the same number of touchdowns. You talking about that? So funny, so scripted. You're like, how can you script something? I don't know. Have a bunch of people sit down in a room and figure out a script and write it out, and then everybody will follow the script. How do you think a fucking movie's made? If you can make a 2-hour movie, you know, a couple people in a writing room. You know how that's easy. You don't think they can script a couple of years of football? No, in sticky gloves, you'd catch a ball on your finger if you wanted to. I mean, for real. Like when I wore the sticky gloves, you got to stick them, and the ball would literally. There's nothing you could do to not catch it. There's nothing you could do not to catch it. And now on top of that, they're 6'3", 240 pounds. Their hands are gigantic. They're gonna catch the ball. That's the point. And if they drop it, it's on purpose. What's up, Barefoot? I'm doing well. Yeah, blue-eyed white dragon this time. That's cool. I don't know. It just depends on what season it is. I have 2 different eye colors, and my skin tone obviously changes depending on what I've been doing. Right now, it's a little pale. I'm a little pale. I'm like a behold the pale horse. But I did stock up on beer because tomorrow's a very auspicious day. Patriots had 46 total plays. I didn't see the Patriots game. You gotta help me with that coding. I mean, I don't know all the codes like that, and I've never like, okay, I couldn't just. There's other things that I can code out very well, but I've never been through. Okay, well, if you see the number 81, it means this, and if you see 108, it means this, and I know some of them. 93 is a popular one. Oh, the Bucks. Oh, the Bucks. The Buckies. The Buccaneers. Yeah. Well, yeah, you said the Patriots because Tom Brady's there, which he looks so weird in that orange uniform, doesn't he? Oh, no, he's wearing orange, huh? Does anybody play for us? Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Is that who they are? Isn't it hard? Even watching him. It's weird. But he's wearing orange now. Orange is code for 33. But, I mean, that's just another wild or weird code. But, again, what's tomorrow's date? It's November, which means it's either the 11th month or it's the 9th month, because November means nueve. Nueve means 9. And you can write it out as it's 46 presidents. Thank you. Biden won't be. Kalos, let me explain to you. I'll explain to you that code in a second. It is either, so if you write it like as a European, you write the day, then the month, then the year. You write it in American, you write it as the month, then the day, then the year. So it's either it's the 11th month. And so the coding is you do everything frontwards and backwards. And so what was something that happened how many years ago? How many days ago? I have to show you the coding on it because it's so crazy. Because there's other codes that will fit in there. I don't necessarily believe all of they will come to pass because they have so many options. There are many option plays everywhere, even in this reality. It's like it was all scripted. Well, yeah, it was, but you have different. Like you could, if you screwed up one of your lines, you could just move on to the next line. Yeah. Biden is a patriot. Well, you know what? But that's what I'm saying. Is now Tom doesn't play for the Patriots. He plays for the Buccaneers. See? That's part of the trickery. Barefoot. Nice. How many cats? Ah, thank you. There we go. Okay. Carson, there you go. Now, 9/11. Okay, so what month are we at? 11th month. What's tomorrow? The 9th. So 11. So it's 11/9. But you can always flip things upside down and backwards as well. Nephilim, the Nephilim don't hate Trump. NFL hates Trump. You'll see. It's not about that. It's not about that. You'll see. I'll explain to you the coding though. It's not about the NFL coding on what Trump and Biden and all this. Because it's bigger than that. It's a lot bigger than that. But it's that's part of it. It's part of it for the world's coding. It's part of America's coding, but there'll be things that occur because of the 9, the 1-1, and then flip it around 1-1-9. It could have been the 6, but it was not, because sometimes they flip things over. Is it bad Trump lost? He didn't lose. That's what I'm saying, Barefoot Gazer. He didn't lose. The election isn't over. First of all, here I'll go through this. First of all, it's who the media is telling you won. Doesn't mean it's called a projected winner. They're projecting that. They're projecting it at you. They don't know shit. And he also has a he's got lawsuits against at least 4 states at this point already, before he's even started to get into the rest of the computer systems and the ballots, because of how fraudulent the whole thing was. You'll see. It's the election isn't over. The election isn't even close to over. The election is not over until it takes 6 different parties to qualify the election to be over. It takes 50 states. It takes District of Columbia. It takes the House, the Senate, and it takes the two other agencies that you would probably never hear of. But again, the voting, just because the voting is apparently over, it hasn't changed. That there is no official winner declared. Projection and declared are wildly different things, and there's a reason there's from that date. Do you remember the year 2000? It should be. It should be, because if he somehow does get in, the world, you might as well, we will all just go universally, we'll go find all the drugs we can, we'll go buy a boat, and we'll do all the drugs, and then just, get a bunch of shotguns and blow our brains out. Because he'll turn this country into, it will be worse than anything you could possibly imagine, because of what a piece of garbage and how silly he is, Biden, and Kamala Harris. What a lunatic she is. My opinion, though, just as my opinion, remember this. Just some things I've noticed. He might just be playing that part. There's also this idea that Joe Biden doesn't even exist, that he's a hologram. Could be. Why wasn't he? Where is he? What's he doing? Have you ever met him? Could be a hologram. I don't know. Look, you have to. When Trump has already said this whole election, he already told you months ago, and then there's been so many places that told you this election will be fraudulent because of Joe Biden and because of perhaps who he's in cahoots with, which is why is the Wuhan, the China virus? What are they doing? What is China doing? And I'm not saying I'm different than China, because I'm probably pretty Asian. Whatever. It's not the point. It's just calling things as it is. So somehow something with ballots happened, something happened with computer systems that caused things to look like they were different than they actually were. And Trump was well ahead of the game, because he's the Trump card. He's the final trumpet. He's the last president. So he's either picked again, or some wild shit happens. And the wild shit that's going to happen, I'm not going to tell you that right now, because I've already put it down so many other places, and I will at some point tell you. But tomorrow, because of the 119 911 coding, which is also 11/6 and 6/11, but those dates aren't really. 11/6 was passed, and June 11th, that's of no concern to us next year, because it's connected to some other coding with the Golden Gate Bridge and the San Andreas Fault, and perhaps, I don't know, some sort of, I don't know, are there any hurricanes or anything happening over there? Is there maybe some earthquakes happening on the East Coast? Yeah, I know there's an earthquake happening on the East Coast. There's some wild things happening, and I wish I could pull up all the, and show you all the things on here, but I think it'd be, I'll save that for the Zoom chat to let you in on how the coding works. But just understand, like, there's I mean, think of how silly it is. Let me see what you said. And that Carson, but 19 years ago, yeah, there's some coding there too. Yeah. Meth, heroin, and 24 grams of mushroom. Yeah, I mean, I don't like meth because I think that would just keep you awake. Just do the heroin and the mushrooms and just fall asleep soundly. It's windy as fuck in Long Beach. Yeah, the weather. There was just a hurricane. My power was off for 5 days. I've never seen a hurricane in my life, and I've lived in New Orleans for almost a dozen years, and I've lived in places that should have had hurricanes. It never happened. Now there's about to be another. Supposedly there's this weird hurricane that just was coming from over here, just doing this kind of weird thing. Supposedly it was just hitting. I mean, does anybody look this up right now? It's called the Eta. Lots of funny things. Lots of funny things, yeah. I really want to show you with all the extra codings that all link up to this. It's a bunch of really interesting numbers, but because you don't understand it, like you'd be like, oh, you're just pulling some numbers out your ass. No, I'm not really. I've never put a number in my ass. What's up, yo? Hey, hey, mortal soul. Tomorrow is exactly 7,000 days. Wow. See, there's the number. 7. 7, heaven, trumpet, 7 trumpets. Yeah. Medicine Janus. How do you figure that out? Just there's probably a website for it. Hey, Immortal Soul. What's the website? It's a website you can just put in from this date to this date with how many days. Yeah. Date calculator. There you go. What did I just say I was going to look up? I'm sorry, I lost my place when I was trying to. Oh yeah, the hurricane, Eta or something. They call it Eta, which is hilarious because it means ETA, estimated time of arrival. Why would they call it ETA? Wasn't the last hurricane just called Zeta, and then they called it Eta? So it's called the Zeta and then the Eta. Her estimated time of arrival. Let's see. Path tracker. Let's look at the tracker. Let's see where it is. See if it's going to be windy here again or whatever. It's a tropical storm. It might miss us and just hit. You know, I think one of our friends lucked out by going to this one part of California for a little bit, because this hurricane is supposed to hit there pretty bad, where he lives. Well, it's a tropical depression. I guess it means if you're depressed because you're not in the tropics, or. Okay, so this is not supposed to hit us no more at all. It's supposed to crush Florida. Let's see. This is a confusing one. Now they changed the path of it completely. See, mad more nonsense. I don't really pay attention to this stuff, but it does have a pass over Cuba. Yeah, but I don't care about. Just show me what you see, not what. I don't want to know about all that. Okay, well, it could become. It is Sunday. I don't want to know. Yahoo! Don't tell me something I don't want to hear. Just tell me what it is. Tell me what it's doing. Yeah, see, 2 days ago it said it was going to do this and zigzag back towards New Orleans. Now it's saying it's going directly into. See, this is why I don't trust any of this shit. See, this is why you can't look at the news. Can't believe it. Don't believe it. That's not going to happen. It's bullshit. But they do give you information about certain ideas. Oh, what's up, Joey? Let me get this in order here. Okay. Oh, ooh, get over there. Yeah, that's good. What's up, Glitch? The Medicaine, the Medicaine man, yeah, the Med Eyes. Well, we talked about the. I mean, I've gone over the Med Eyes and the medias and the all of that before, and the Cane. So yeah, Cain and Abel. It's like hurricane, hurry up, Cain. Cain do the damage, do the dirt. You know. Let me go grab a beer. Anybody want to have a beer with me? Come join. Here, bring you with me. Because I don't want you to miss me while I'm gone. I'm almost finished cleaning up my house. It's so funny. I like to clean up before things are chaotic. I mean, I'm not gonna be chaotic. Okay, beer time. Should I have an all-day IPA? Okay, hey, does anybody know these beers? All-day IPA. Well, Founders it's a sessionable ale, pretty good. A Yinling. Does anybody know Yinling? One of my favorite beers. I might have that. Or I have Blue Ribbon, Pabst. Or I have wine. Or I have Sobieski. Bottle of vodka. I don't want to do any vodka right now. I'm not trying to get drunk like that. Just have a beer. I'll have the Yinling. Yeah. You guys know about Yinlings. I grew up on drinking these things. When I was wee high quote to a grasshopper, I was drinking these out of my bottle. out of my bottle, like my baby bottle. Like Goo Goo Gaga, not my bottle. But that's so funny. I didn't drink when I was a youngster, but not at all. Now I drink enough to make up for time lost. What up, Gary? Okay, if you go back a little bit, since thing happened with the towers. So the Twin Towers, right? Twin Towers are this. Look at the Twin Towers are representative of J and B, Joachim and Boaz. Those are the two pillars of Freemasonry, and they dropped them to put up one pillar, the one tower in the middle, right? So they got rid of the two towers to put one tower. JB's, Jungle Brothers, Joachim and Boaz. What is Joe Biden's name? JB, Joachim and Boaz. 7,000 days from 9/11 to 11/9, which is tomorrow. What happens? Biden thought he won. Everybody thought Biden won. He didn't win shit. It was projected. What happens tomorrow? Trump goes, nah, you can't win. Watch, because you cheated. You cheated on everything. So tomorrow, 7,000 days, Trump is the seventh trumpet. Do you understand? Justin Bieber. There's another one, but yeah. 7,000 days, the seventh trumpet. Tomorrow he goes, nah, you're not gonna win. And Joe Biden, oh fuck. But Joe Biden doesn't even know what the fuck he's doing, because either A, he's just so old and retarded, or doesn't even exist because he's a hologram. He's a projected image. Can't be mad at him. You gotta be mad at whoever's producing the trumpets. Thank you. They can't lose. They can't. It's not allowed to. They're not. It's not in the script for them to lose in anyone's script anywhere, except for a bunch of fucking idiots who believe in that shit. And the people that believe, they're like, what's up, Truth Addict? The math is done too perfectly. How could it be exactly 7,000 days? He got a hamakudas. That's one of my favorite words. a smaller version of himself and just wah, 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 I'm a new Joe Biden. That's a possibility, I suppose. He could exist. It doesn't. It's of no really good regard to me. But the story doesn't change. It's like watching the greatest story ever told. It's the story of the Bible. It's a story of a bunch of different books, but they use the same kind of um, they use the same kind of technique to tell the story, same kind of archetypes and shit. Mm, very good beer. It's difficult to drink after I have something a little bitter, but it's good beer. And also, there's a bunch of coatings for. Look at so. Um, by then, by then. So also, the Golden Gate Bridge, Golden Gate 2. It's the gates, the Golden Gates, right? They have to knock those down. How do they knock those down? It will probably be what looks like a man-made. Well, no, it will look like a natural event, but I think it will be perhaps man-made. No matter what, I'm thinking that tomorrow is perhaps when the Golden Gate Bridge falls, and which is equivalent, the Golden Gates, equivalent to when all these people who were so sure that Biden won off of a projected image, a projection, which the media tells you, which they're lying because they lie about everything. That's their job. This would be a bunch of liars. They tell you nothing of any value, any truth, ever. I mean, they use truth to tell lies and all that kind of nonsense. So, Joachim and Boaz, Joe Biden, is by then equivalent to the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's the same. If that happens on the same day, I'll tell you the next few. If that all happens tomorrow, I'll tell you the rest of the code. I've already put it out there a few times. Even if only one of those things happens. I mean, I think it could be. Look at it. It could happen on Wednesday. Why could it happen Wednesday? Because that's the 11th, and November is supposed to be the 9th month, because Nueve, right? So this is why I'm saying that the code could have got switched from Monday, meaning, well, I mean, I think it would probably be sensible to do it tomorrow because of the Trump thingy, but they could just flip it around and do it on Wednesday because the code doesn't change because it just depends on how you write it. Are you writing it in European form? Are you writing it in American form? Are you writing it like the 11th day of the 9th month? They can, it's mirroring and flipping it around. They write the same thing forwards and backwards. It's what when you look at the Vitruvian Man and see the writing on there, the writing is done. It's done in reverse. You gotta be able to do the same thing in forward as you can in reverse. It's a principle of magic, in the sense that when you want to receive something, you have to give something. It's this for that. It's a tit for tat. And so people always say, "Oh, you're gonna give away like it's a, all these people they gave up their father, their mother, they gave up this and that." No, they didn't. They didn't get them killed. That's not how that works. You just get rid of part of you to get something else. If I get rid of fat, I can probably get muscle. I can get rid of fat and get faster. If I add, whatever I give away. If I give you $10, I can have a couple of these cool things, right? It's a trade. It's a barter system. Magic is a barter system. Somehow, if you barter in the right way, you get bigger and you grow. Hard blueberry cider. That's what's up. Yeah, that sounds good. I used to drink this thing called blueberry. It was like one of those beers that they just put blueberry, like just super sweet blueberry juice in. It was so good. But I lived at the beach and it was like 6.5, 7%. So like a 6-pack of that would have me toe up because it was like 95 degrees out. So I'd be outside drinking these because they're so like candy. They're 6.5, and I'm like, and it's hot, so I'm like dehydrated. Man, those are messy. Most of the days, like you're trying to swim, you're like, oh, they just you can't even stand. They're just falling over. You're like, I just want to get in the water, just cool off. Hmm. Yeah, he's biding time. Yeah, buying time. Waiting to what? The delusional. Yeah. Well, no, what's delirium tremors for people that like alcoholics? They have delirium tremors. Like you shake, like everything is shaky. Like if you don't have a beer for a day, and you're like, have you ever met those bartenders who drank literally every day, and they're trying to pour something for you, and like, you just got on your shift, you haven't had a drink yet. They're like, they start laughing, like, nope. And they're like, I was like, do you want to drink with me? They're like, yep. I'm like, all right, I'll buy you a drink. Mm. I've never had those. I mean, I've had those after like a binge, and I'll be like, oh fuck, I'm just like mad shaky and weak. But like the DTs, man, that's gotta be fucking terrible. Just to be like shaking afterwards, like you can't, like that's as bad as I get. Uh, oh, dude, Gary, that's so funny. Two people asked me about sneezing, coughing, and having like a go drink yourself a hot toddy, man. Hot toddy. Get yourself whiskey, cardamom, cinnamon, lemon, ginger, um, and allspice, and whiskey. And some. Oh, and we will. The major component is you make tea. You make a tea, and then you put those things in it, and that'll help clean that right up, man. Yeah, you gotta get that leak out there, man. Oh, nice. It's 6.5 natural blueberries. Good, good. Down east, unfiltered. Sounds good, man. And it's a cider too, which is very exciting. I really, really enjoy ciders. Let's see. Where do you want to go with this coding thing? Okay, we already covered the NFL thing. I mean, that's nothing. There's no coding there. It just is. It's just a thing. It's just funny that dude came out and just said it. Like, okay, well, I told you. Now you want to listen? I'm gonna go back. Now I'm gonna go back to these. I want to go to these. These where I used to post at. Like, I try to have a conversation on Instagram, which is a retarded thing to do. Everybody knows this. And I'm gonna go back there and be like, hey, so what do you think about this? Is he lying? You said I'm an idiot, but this dude just came out and said it. Who plays in the NFL? Huh? He must be crazy, huh? Yeah. Okay. Let's see the coding. So, it's called the. There was something else. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, Pacific Rim was the other code. Pacific Rim, the movie. If you've ever seen it, it was by Guillermo del Toro. Jesus Christ. I was trying to say that earlier today or yesterday, and I was kept saying Benicio del Toro. It's Guillermo. Maybe his name not Del Toro, but whatever. Guillermo, the really good director. He made this movie called Pacific Rim. I don't know what year it came out. 2008 to 2013. I don't know. But the movie is about this end of the world sequence that there's these giants that come from under the sea, and then they have to fight off they fight against these robots. They're called the Kenjis, and it's set in 2020. Go figure. And Kenji is funny because it's like a Chinese name, right? It's kind of connected to like Godzilla, giants and things like that, huh? But then also, the funny thing is, Chinese is connected to the idea of robotics and things, and computer systems and all this. Are the Kenjins coming? Oh yeah. Oh, what the? Excuse me, sir. I apologize. Thank you for the. Will Johnson sent that to me. I mean, I already heard about somebody else that came out and said that shit. Thank you for sending me that post, Will Johnson. I didn't know how to like put your name in the title. Thanks to Will Johnson. Man, my fault. Did you want to do the show too? Did you just want to go ahead and do the show? Why don't you take over? Here, you talk. My fault. I shouldn't. Why am I speaking? The Kinjin, the Kinji. Yeah, is that how you spell it? I don't remember how to spell it. The Pacific Rim, and Pacific Rim. Okay, back to the Pacific Rim. Pacific Rim is the curve on the Pacific Ocean that goes from the inlands of like, I guess it'd be China all the way over to the Pacific Rim would come to the west coast of the Americas, where you'd see San Francisco and the San Francisco, the Golden Gates, right? And then there's also a San Andreas fault line right there, and that fault line can, a lot of people said there'll be some sort of earthquake or something that will happen with it, where there's a tectonic plates, maybe, they'll break, and that will cause a lot of they'll cause tidal waves and cause perhaps a tsunami, perhaps all these things. And if any of that happens, those gates come falling down. There's a lot of reasons it could happen. There's other ideas, but perchance, there's two dates. It's either tomorrow or Wednesday, which would be the most popular ideas of it. There you could find other codes for where it could happen, but those would be the most powerful times to use it. I don't know what the astrological time is with what the planets, where they are at, or where the moon is at. I don't know right now. I wasn't paying attention to that at the time. But those also influence when something could happen, because if there's a little more energy on a different date, that it will override what the code is. If the code says it's got to be on 7,000 day, not November 9th, it could override it and be the 7,007th day, because then there's another variation for the code. If there's more energy involved. Perhaps it does. Do I use Stellarium? You put me onto that one night. I haven't used it. I mean, since then, it was really awesome. It was mad powerful. But like, I was using it on my computer, and then my computer was being all janky, so I wasn't using my computer afterwards. And when we do like a 4 or 5 hour show, dude, like afterwards, I'm just like fucking bent, and I'm just like, so let me go tech nap and do this, and then, then I'm on to my next day. I rarely get a chance to go back and look over things. I'll go back and look over my videos, not all of them, not the long ones. The long ones, I'll just check out little bits and pieces, just to make sure I didn't sound too retarded. Some of them I put on block just because I don't know, it's just long, and I don't know, and people should just listen to the new show. Because I don't, people don't need to be clicking on everything. Like, there's already too many videos that I've made. That's the point. People know this. They're like, this is just too much work. I don't know where to start. I'm like, yeah, I know. I want to. Sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm gonna put them all in block. Not to take away anything from anyone, but they're like, fuck it. You should just listen to me speak. Stop wasting your time listening to my old videos. Ask me what you need to know right now, and I'll explain it to you in as most concise of a way as I can. I had some of the most delicious snacks this evening with this burger joint, and it was really crazy because it was in a hoity-toity whitish kind of neighborhood in New Orleans, just on the other side of the park where the more wealthy people live, and it's like a burger joint, but nobody was wearing a mask. You could sit outside, TVs were on, people were watching, like it was just normal. It was like normal. I mean, there wasn't anybody out. So it was kind of not normal, because if the Saints game is on, normally it'd be packed anywhere you go. You're not going to find a table unless you're there early. But it was nice. Got to sit down outside and have some of the most wonderful smoked chicken wings with this. The outside was crispy. They were incredible. And then tater tots. Who doesn't love a good tater tot? Really good tater tots. Fresh oil. And it's great because nobody's really eating. It's a Sunday, so they just change the oil over, and then uh, one of my favorite things. People don't know about it, and I don't know why, but sweet potato French fries. Sweet potato French fries. That's what's up. Yeah, the California becoming an island again. I could see that being a thing. I could see that. I could see it splitting it because the rest of the code has to do with. There's a very long. I think it's called the Cascadia something, that runs along there, which would split that. Split that to be an island. So I was like, see you later, Cali. We'll get over there somehow. Like there'll be ways to get over there, but if it breaks that bridge, I mean the other one might still work. I don't know how it will split. I don't know. So yeah, it's an interesting thing to watch. I mean, even if I'm wrong about that, like who can really predict an event like that? Even if even if I'm wrong, if it never happens, or it's an interesting code, and maybe I missed something. It's like the code that I was talking about earlier. They're supposed to be, they always kill them or die. They're dead, and like the famous people in threes and bunches of threes. You know, are you out here? Is it cheers? Like cheers, y'all. See, I say cheers when I say cheers, or like goodbye, cheers. It's funny. I don't know where I picked that up. Everybody's like, are you from Australia? I'm like, nah, I don't know. I don't know where I got that. I just like cheers. And it's not a cracking a beer. Later, Nader. What do you know regarding the Hebrew Israelites? What do I need to know? As far as I know, they're the actual brown people. They're like Hebrew in Israel. Like they're not like what you think of as Israel now, as like some white people, some white Jewish people. The actual Jews, the Jew is a black, what you call black, brown, melanated person. And the Hebrew Israelites were kind of the part of the original clan, tribe. You got the tribes in America, you got the tribes over there, you got tribes everywhere, but people don't really recognize their tribe. So this is why you have the Jews and the Jewish. The Jewish are not Jew. San Andreas fault line splits California down the middle, east and west. Yeah, and what's the one that goes north and south? It's called the Cascadia something. It's on my phone here. I could look it up on the other thing here. But I can't get it. Cascadia what? It's a funny word. It's a word I haven't heard before, but it just fits into the coding that somebody else figured out. I was like, oh shit. I think you're on the 33rd. I think that's good. I think that you need to be beneath the 33rd. I think that's just how it works. It's between 0 and 33. Anything above that's cold. It's too cold. It's a subduction zone. Thank you, Nader. It's the subduction zone. That's right. Subduction zone. Yeah, I've been one to say, like, obviously if the 180 degrees across from Cali, from Hollywood, is where the Medes are in Iran, which is the media, and then the Hollywood types. They're it's like a black and white hat, the chessboard. They're on the 33rd. That's they put it there for a reason. And then you have certain different key locator points on maps. You could the normal ones are let's see, they figured out on a map based on the geometry of if it was a globe, but then they put the things on, and it's not always done very well. They're oftentimes wrong because they're using a very peculiar type of map. I think they probably, what they do is they put all of the fault lines and the geometries of what it would look like. I think they put that down there, then they map around that for the landmass. They're not putting the landmass down first and then putting well, these cities line up this way, and this is the flower of life, and this is the crystal grid, and this is this grid. There's like how many different grids? I don't know. There's a bunch of different ones, but then you have certain points, and um, and they're energy generators, and some of the most. I mean, I don't think it's just I don't think it's north, not too cold, Gary. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it just stops at 33. Then it's like everything above that is fucked. I don't think it's like that. Um, I just think that the better places, the more comfortable places to be is obviously if everything changes, I think it's going to be lived from the equator to one of the 23.5 is probably best, or the Tropic of Capricorn, Tropic of Cancer, and then up to 33, and then you probably have a few zones that you can live in. Yeah, I think that's. I don't think that there'll be like very very don't live in that place, don't live in that zone because it's gonna get trashed. if we do have the big event of December 21st, all that, if the whole power system, plasma, apocalypse, blah blah blah, if that all occurs, there'll be places that you don't want to be. You know how you can notice in some places you can see there used to be a city there, and then some places you can see the complete mud flood thing. You can see whatever was going on. Like cities are just weird. Like, well, how is that like that? And why they would never build it this way? And you can see how things got damaged. And there's other places you're like, huh, everything's pretty. It's new. It's all new stuff. And then there's other places that are just like, you know. So I think there'll be places. There are better places than others, and it could be some places are up in the mountains. Those might be better. Some are, because isn't living in the mountains like living on the back of a giant, and whether that giant is actually an actual giant or a giant building that was a capacitor got melted on top of the grid because of the electromagnetic system that was electrocuting everything, burnt something out and melted it. That one I would tend to agree with. I don't think it's an actual giant, even though I believe in giants. Just not. I think those really big things that we call mountains are old buildings. The Mayan ruins, probably. I mean, there's probably even gateways to their underground cities that they're like, and it was right around here, but it's like don't go in this area. You know how you go to the Grand Canyon, and they're like, oh, you can walk in here, but don't touch the walls. Don't go over here. Don't go over there. And you're like, why not? Oh, because your oil of your hand will break this down, and the whole mountains will collapse. You're like, that's the most retarded thing I've ever heard. There's underground cities and things around there, definitely, without question. I think mountains, inside of a mountain, underground cities, certain types of buildings made out of materials. Hopefully this building is made of the right materials. I think this building's been sitting here for a while. At least it's built well enough. We'll find out, I guess, or maybe I'll be somewhere else. Safest space is probably a cave. But the only problem with that is if you don't have if you don't have provisions, if you don't have the things that you need, you're gonna just live in a cave. I mean, I hear you. Like it is probably. I mean, especially if it's made from the right material, then you're not gonna get affected by most aspects of what will occur. There'll be a lot of things that like you can't how you get the changing of the weather, mm, the oxygen thing that you're not gonna be able to escape too much. But the electromagnetic pulses, the electricity, the giant. It looks. I think it will look like a ball, like a Tesla coil with those we won't have to deal with. The event, uh, for what 6 months? No, I don't think. No, this is what we're saying, Gary. I think it only lasts for 3 days. I think the whole crazy shit lasts for 3 days. Then we were discussing the idea that maybe that was the winter solstice, and then the summer solstice is when everything moves in the right way. There's 6 months of just weirdness. I mean, weirder than the world is right now, which is, we're obviously on pace to set records for how weird the fucking world is, because how insane is it that what's going on with this presidential nonsense? It's absolutely bizarre, beyond belief. But then looking at it, from the outside, if I was outside of Fishbowl, I'd be like, this is hilarious. And be able to see already what's going on. And like, you know, I remember waking up like, why are these people, why are all these people outside beeping their horns? I was like, oh, Joe Biden won? And then I had people I watching, they were downstairs, they were like, oh, excited, and like, oh, I hate that dude, Trump, and I'm like, I'm not sure why y'all hate him, but whatever. I mean, you guys are all weird, but, and then watching everyone, I'm walking down my hallways, just listening, and I'm hearing every apartment building's got CNN or Fox or CBS, or listening to like, here, we've got the election results in, and here's the projected winner. And I was like, oh, you guys are so cute, you don't get it. And I try to explain to people online. I was like, it's a projected winner. Do you remember in 2020 or 2000, another funny, 2000 to 2020, another 20, there's another part of the 20s. Here's the cycle. What happened then? Do you remember our last great President Al Gore? Do you remember when Al Gore was president? No, you don't. Do you know why? Because he was not the president. But they told you on TV that Al Gore was the president, that he got 272 electoral votes, and George Bush got 230 or 240. Or whatever it was. It doesn't really matter. They said, here's a new president, Al Gore. You know what happened? Al Gore didn't become president because they found out there was a problem in Florida. And that was just one place. There's about 30 places that all use the same computer system that were all giving Trump's votes to Biden. And it was all in the states, battleground states, that somehow Joe Biden won, that now are all going to, if they really want to show you how effed up the system is, like beyond belief, he'll be like, all right, every single state, recount, I want it all calibrated. And you're going to see that, I said before, it would be about 65 to 35 percentage-wise. That it won't even be close. It won't even be close in any type of vote. He'll have like 320, 330 of the electoral college, and he'll have like, the vote numbers will be crazy. But if they go through all of the states, like all 30 of them, and just start, it'll be insane. It'd just be like, it'd be like who voted? Who voted? Everybody that was a Trump supporter that you seen on TV, they all voted. And all the Biden supporters that you seen on TV, like all 6 of them, it was like 6 people versus 50,000. That's about how many really, that was really what was happening. It's that bad. That's how bad that's how absurd the election is. And all these people out here now going, Trump is so stupid. He's an idiot. He lost. Me. And I was like, we'll see. We'll see. It's been written everywhere. Trump is the last president. The only things that could change this are some possible assassination attempts. Who will it be on? Will it be an assassination attempt on Trump? Will it be on Biden? Why would they try to kill Biden? For what? Doesn't make any sense. It's like a... so... It's gonna be funny. It's so funny to watch. This is why I have a box of microwave popcorn. 10-pack at least left. I got all the good stuff. I don't have any soda pop, but I have plenty of iced tea, lemonade, all the beer I need right now. It'll last me until when this happens and everybody starts to freak out. I'm just gonna be online tomorrow, and I'm gonna be going, I told you so. I told you so. I've been telling you this for weeks now. I've been telling you this. I'll tell you again. Watch this. Watch what happens. Just watch. Pay attention. Look closely right here. Even if somehow Biden ends up winning this thing, which he won't, I don't really care. I have no, I have no dog. I have no pony. I have no horse. I have no car in this race. It doesn't matter. It's just a point of saying it just should be understood how absurdly easy it is to rig an election. It's been done everywhere all over the world for many times. So how you fix that? The only way you can do it is if people vote in person and go, that's who I'm voting for. They go, child it up on the board. Next, who are you voting for? I'm voting for that motherfucker. Okay, done. You got that. That's the only way you can really truly vote. You got, here's some ballots. We can do this, but it doesn't matter. How many ballots came in for Joe Biden from people that were deceased for 5 to 20 years? And that's in one state, like 6,000, 7,000 of deceased people in one state. It might have been even one county or something. Imagine what that whole thing looks like. All the fake ballots. You know how many ballots were thrown out, crumpled up, and just done away with? You know how many computer systems got like towed up? Like, oh, just go fucking just looks like apparently Donald Trump has less votes and Joe Biden has more. It's not even close. It's not in a million dream worlds. This could never come true. Could never. You try to tell people this, and they ain't gonna believe you. They ain't gonna believe you. Ha ha ha. 3 days in a cave is easy. The nose ring business? Yeah, right there. Get him by that nose. Get him by that nose. Wow. Bobbing out, right? Oh, that's a glitch. That's what we were talking about. The horn goat one. That's right. Chad was. That's right. Yeah, later I don't know about the truth to that, but that seems like a good idea. You think it's going to take a Senior Buta late February? Why would it be so late? It couldn't be that long. It has to come way before that. Nope. We won't make it to February. No. Riots have to happen well before that. It will happen if it just comes out like, okay, this is all bullshit and here's the actual results. Then at that point, temperatures rise on Republican side, which I my entire life I lean probably towards the middle, and I lean towards apathy and I don't give a fuck at this point. But like I would at this point, just for laughter, I would lean towards whatever Republican, I guess. Is that what Trump is? I don't know. Whatever the fuck he does. But the Democrats are they'll be so angry, and like everybody else will be sitting over there going, "Told you so, told you so." The voters for Trump are like, yeah, and I'm gonna be over here like, I mean, I ain't on their side, but I told you, don't fuck with the Trump supporters, don't fuck with what's going on. And they're gonna be like, oh, they're gonna boil. They're like, oh, okay, yeah, have fun how you lost that election by everything, because you had to cheat to win. That's funny. Senior Buddha. No, it doesn't. It can't be that late because the election must take place. The whole thing has to be done by the January 20th. But we won't get by. We don't even get past. We don't even get into January. The whole thing has to be solved by. Let's see. We're at the 9th tomorrow. I don't know how far into December they'll take this, if they'll even let it get into December with the whole. Everyone's kind of like on the edge of their seats, waiting for the thing to happen. I don't know if they'll. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Gary, but yeah. Did he predict it or just know the script? Who are you talking about? The person that the other person. Well, I mean, there's a few people that I know that know the codes in the script. Or you mean like you're saying Trump, or you saying? I mean, I think he's ahead of this script. I'm not saying the head of the script, but he's the head of it. Yeah, the only reason to get rid of Biden is to put a black woman in office. Yeah, but do you know the outrage on both sides though? I mean, even Democrats would be like, I didn't vote for Kamala Harris. No one in a billion years. If you put Kamala Harris against Trump, that would never work either. Like, I mean, could you? Like, I don't know who's more annoying, obnoxious, weird, silly, crazy, stupid, filthy, funky, just creepy. Their voices just make me uneasy and queasy, and there's nothing healthy or helpful about either one of those people, Biden or Harris. Like, huh? Huh? Could you imagine the outrage people would have if she ended up somehow in office as president? People would be more pissed about that. Like who voted for her? And then you know what would happen? That couldn't happen because then Democrats would be like, "Hey, Republican, did you vote for her?" And the Republicans would be like, "Nah, Democrat, did you vote for her?" And they'd be like, "No." And they're like, "Oh, we should get together and do something about this." Then that would cause a severe uprising of the people against the fascist dictatorship that would be in place. They couldn't. I don't think they would want that. What would be even worse than that? If somehow Nancy Pelosi got in there. If Nancy Pelosi could actually end up as the president of the United States. It would take a few weird things to happen, but it could happen. And the other funny thing that could happen, we could end up with Biden as president and Trump as vice president. How could that happen? If they end up with the same number of electoral college votes, which is a possibility, if the states played out the right way, and they didn't go for all 30 states, and they played the game where they just picked the 5 right states, and here's 3 of them that the ballots were all off, and it goes to Trump. They could end up with the same number, and then you know what happens. And then the Senate picks president, and the House picks the vice president, and the Senate is controlled by uh, the Democrats now. So and the House is right. So who would they pick? So Vice President Donald Trump, President. Those all could happen. They're possibilities. They're down the line on possibilities. That'd be a really weird thing. That would be a really weird thing. That would also be like a collective. Huh? Everybody kind of gets what they want, but I mean, who do you really want doing the bidding for the world? Do you want? Hi, I'm Joe, stuttering, bumbling Biden. I got words that I don't even know. I don't even know if I'm a hologram or a real person. I don't even know anymore. Or do you want Trump doing the business talking? I don't know. Oh, they could. That could be part of it. Yes, that's one way. That's one way Kamala gets in. He could after he gets into office, if he does, which I think that doesn't happen. But if he were to, he could die from because his hologram lights don't work. He could die because of dementia, starvation. He forgot to eat. I don't know. Forgot to take his medicine. He could die because he fell down the stairs when he was trying to put his Velcro, on his shoes, and he fell over and just tumbled down the stairs. He could, he could come down with the COVIDs. That would be a terrible way to go, and that would start a whole other thing. And then all of a sudden, Kamala is there. Could happen. I don't think it's not a likely possibility. I wouldn't bet on it. I'm merely a spectator. Pennsylvania had a validated 170-year-old voter. Good. I would claim to be 170 years old. Nobody would believe me because I look good for my age, but Saint Germain. Yeah, well, the other events that would occur before that, all the things that would occur before that, Senior Buddha, would already, they wouldn't even be precursors for that. Like everything else would cause that. In this country, right? In America, the United States of America, everything else that could occur before that would already cause that. We don't get outside of January. We don't make it. We don't make it to even January. The only thing that could happen is if somehow Biden got into the official position of president, then something crazy weird happens. But I don't. But I couldn't imagine there being riots on the side of the Republican side, because they would, if this somehow turns out, like, they would just somehow eventually just go be okay with the loss, right? And so the only way I see the rioting happening is if President Trump happens. And so I kind of fully expect that. That's why I like where I live, and I got plenty of fighting skills. I got plenty of weapons. I got a bird perch. I'm good. Got plenty of food. I'm good. I'm just gonna sit it out up here, chill. I just think it happens that way. And because and I think there's a plasma apocalypse. So I don't think everyone survives this, and I think that's a good thing, because I don't think a lot of people need to. I think everybody can just move on to the next life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You saw a video of Bernie. Yeah, I mean, Bernie's a funny one. That would be funny too. Team Grandpa. Yeah, like like how old they'd have to be. How old would they be together? 70, what, 72 and 80? 152 years old. That's crazy. At least, Biden, if he's alive and not a hologram, which I'm questioning very much these days. For real, I'm very much questioning that. Uh, if he's alive, he's looking good for his age, but Botox. But he sounds like there's something very, very wrong with his brain if he's alive. And if he is alive, and that is a human there, not some sort of reptilian, shape-shifting android robot thing, then I feel sorry for him. I think that's a horrible thing. Whatever they've done to him, to make him believe he's about to be president. that dude, that dude doesn't even know he give me. I don't know. Does he eat breakfast? What does he eat for breakfast? I think he could be like chewing on on a shoe. I think it's a banana. I don't know. And he doesn't, like, he could be eating oatmeal and petting a cat, and like, but he's actually petting the oatmeal and eating the cat. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. It just doesn't. He's not all there in any way. He's not a complete human. If he is, his part of his brain is being eaten away and rotten away by some sort of bacteria that has taken over his mind. Maybe he's a zombie, and maybe he's part of the zombie apocalypse. And I can't wait. I have questions. I have questions for everybody, and I'm going to repeat this next time, but I'll ask you here first. What would be your first weapon you'd use to kill a zombie if the zombie apocalypse happens? And what would you think your favorite weapon would be to kill zombies? And zombies they just walk slow and they go grrr and they look scary, but they can't really hurt you. But your goal is to, either slice their head off, bludgeon them to death, poke their, whatever you do. I don't know what you do. But what would that be? What would be the first way you would just be like, this is my time. I can just, you can just, these things aren't real. I can kill them. And it's like, yeah, this is anarchy right now. Yeah, this is anarchy. So those are zombies. So, yeah, because that's what they look like. They're starting to change color. Their hair is like, they're turning green, and everything's all, whatever zombies look like. I don't know these days. Max, how do we make it go all the way? Cryptocurrency? No. Crypto means what? Is Tales from the Crypt? It's either a cryptic message, means it's either encoded, or it means death. I don't know. I don't know if that works. What's up, Muffin? Radio? What you doing? Super Champion Golf Club's good choice. Do you have a particular club that you'd like to use? You want a driver, a wedge, a putter? Specialized. You use the long putter. You know, the people that use the long putter. I was always weird to me. A sword. He said he comes. Yes, he comes not to bring, but I come to bring death. And I think he says he uses a sword. I would not use a sword. That would not be my first weapon of choice, because I just don't think it'd be as fun as other things. The zombies did celebrate. Yes, yes. Those will be the people that you'll see. The great revealing is you'll be able to see what they actually are. Some people can see with their third eye already. They weren't out for any of the debates. Out not for no debates. You know why? Because they didn't want. They all wanted to have their masks on. You can't be. You can't be more than. Yeah, everybody's 6 feet away. You can't go to your church service. You can't do that. But then Biden wins, and they're all like, "Ah, there's Oliver. We're here. We are." Ah. They're all right on top of each other. Huh? Yeah. Yes, yes, Max, Max. The baseball bat, I think, is everyone's first choice, because what is better? I don't like baseball. I never played baseball. I mean, I played a little bit growing up, not on a team or anything, but I play around. I mean, what felt better than hitting a ball out the park? It's a really good feeling. It's just getting in there. Oh, just yeah. I wouldn't choose it first, just because it's so pleasurable to do. I would choose it a little later in the zombie smashing game. And then shotgun with double O bucks. So that means you got a lot of spread. Yeah, it's going everywhere. It's going to really. We're gonna put that through the wall. You gonna saw it off first. Saw it off with the double O buckshot. Spike spat. A katana, a spike bat. Spike bat is a good move. Glitch. You know what? I'm on board with you with that one. I really am. The only reason I wouldn't choose the shovel is because I don't have one immediately available to me. But there's something that would feel really good. It's because I think of the tone, the sound it would make if you hit someone in the head with the shovel. There's certain kind of steel tingy something. Yeah, shovel would be up there for me. I don't know if it would be first, but it'd be close. It's a very close first for me. Yeah, what a fucking phony ass piece of shit, right? Yes, they're celebrating their win. Everyone has no mask on, and it says COVID still exists. Yep, wear a mask, right? Of course, that's what they do. A mallet and a tomahawk. Canterbury, these are great choices. I like the choice of a mallet as well. I would like to bludgeon something to death, so the mallet is a good way to go. A tire iron is not enough girth at the end. You want something with girthy at the end? Yeah, and the tomahawk. Oh yeah, good choices. I would use a mallet before a tomahawk. Okay, 9 to 5. Oh, okay, 9 to 5 bearings. Okay, like the size of it is big. Oh, I got you. So that's not spray. That's not bird shot. That's like, man, we're gonna hit a bunch of birds. It's gonna knock your ass. Okay, I hear what you're saying. It's a big, like, it's like a double, like, gauge. Okay, so like, 1/0 wire is very big wire. 8 gauge wire, small wire. 12 gauge, very small wire. You know. I don't know why I'm talking like that, but it's funny. A brick and a machete. A brick seems fun because you get to get real close. You get to be up there and personal. You get to eat that fucking brick. Yeah, yeah. I got you with the brick thing. The machete too. I'm. That's close. Good old wooden bat. How about this? How about an aluminum bat? Do you know the ting that you hear like when in college baseball, because they use aluminum bats? The ting. The feeling from a wooden bat is better. The sound is kind of thud. Thud. You know, but the ting you get out of a aluminum baseball bat college, I could go with that sound. That's a good sound, but that would still be third or fourth. Yeah, shovel is versatile too. Yeah. How you gonna top a shovel? I'll tell you how. There's no beating a shovel. I'll show you the first weapon I would use to kill a zombie, and I'm gonna tell you why. This is how I would kill. I would use a feather. Why? Because this would be the toughest way to kill a zombie. And if I can kill a zombie with a feather, then everything else is cake work. I'm going to find a way to stab a zombie to death with the tip of a feather. And then if I can do that, anything is possible. And if I die, then I deserve to die. If I can't whoop a zombie's ass with a feather, then okay. And what a great story that would be to tell your grandchildren. Hey, Grandpa, how was the first way you got to kill a zombie? Well, you might not believe it, but full set. The only real weapon which I have. Which club would I use? Strategy for individual. Yeah, I hear you bought the shovel, but I think a broken beer bottle. Yeah, and you turn it a little bit. Yeah, I got you. See, I like this. A lot of people here, same level as me. I don't want my. I would rather bludgeon someone than use a sword. My primary weapon. I think a sword would just be too easy, and there wouldn't be enough full on tickle them to death. Get out of it. Yeah, I flip them over, tickle them on their feet. Yeah, that could be good. That's a good one. I think that's the most original thing I've ever heard in my life. The crossbow is good. Yeah, but that's the thing is it's not reusable. How you're gonna run out of you only have so many arrows. Then you're done. You want a reusable is a sword, or a bat. A barbed wire bat would be really good. Hey, I'm gonna get some popcorn. What do you think about that? I'm gonna waste some of my popcorn on this hilarious talk that we're having here. Let me put this up here. Let's see what I got going on up here. Yeah, I think I can handle wasting some popcorn here. Okay. And do you guys eat out of the popcorn bag, or do you put it into the bowl first? I'm more of a bowl man myself. Oh, you know what? Here, can I show you my favorite weapon? I'm gonna show it to you. Here's what I would use to kill a zombie. Initially. Okay, you guys want to see it? Just gonna hug a zombie to life. I don't think Super Champion. I love your attitude about this, but I don't think that's gonna ever happen. You would take a barbed wire bat over a shovel with laser guns. How the bag is, you don't want to get on the back of your hand. Good choice. I'm gonna show you the weapon of choice. And I'll even tell you the name of it after I show it to you. And if you can guess the name of what this is. Oh yes. Fucking, you know what? There's something, I don't know, I like to make my own popcorn in a pan, but, well. But I also, there's something just about, I don't know, something about microwavable popcorn. I don't know. It's the only thing in the world that I use a microwave for. This is maybe the first time I've used a microwave in maybe 10 years. But here's what I would use to kill a zombie. I'll show you. This is what I would use. It's called a molcate. This thing weighs like, this is tough. This is fucking thick. This is heavy. This is maybe, I don't know. See, 16, almost 20 pounds. Just, oh my goodness. And it's grindy. It's like, so you grind things in here. Here's what you make: avocado. You make what did I make in here last? You can make guacamole in here and shit. But yeah, I would use this. And then as the backup, so you could use this too and just pound them right in their head to death. It's a mortar and pestle, but it's a molcate. Mortar and pestle, but look at the size of this thing. So this is just giving you a little extra. You just fist them, you could fist them, fist them. Get up in the. That's too stupid. Okay, well, there you go. There's some zombie killing action. Okay, senors, senoritas, come join. Oh shit. Trying to figure out what I should do with my leftovers. I'm gonna eat the whole bag, which is a really fat thing to do. Okay. Bash doesn't have any life with the teachings of Christ. Do not judge bad zombie. Oh, Canterbury, you're too funny right now. I mean, if I'm gonna kill it, I want some of the blood and gore to be part of it. I want to be part of it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the danger's on to get bitten. Oh well. Then I guess I'll find out what the afterlife looks like. Fucking popcorn, yo. What a satisfying thing. You know what? You can pop other things then besides corn. Have you ever popped anything else besides corn? There's all sorts of things you can pop. One thing about popcorn, when you go to the movie theater, you eat the whole bag before the movie even starts. And you leave your candy for the middle of the movie, you know? And I mean, if you go to the theater and you can afford to buy popcorn, the soda, and then popcorn, soda, and candy, I want to date you, you're rich. Yeah. Go to the theater for a family of 4. It's insane. 4 people can't do it. No wonder people, sneak in with all sorts of shit. It's too expensive. Ticket price like what, $10 now? More? Candy's like, be $6 for a half handful of Raisinets. It's like, open up your hand and they just pour a couple of Raisinets in there. There you go. That's $6. Want some popcorn? I buy popcorn. I bring my soda. I bring the candy. Gotta buy popcorn in the theater. That's just the thing. Is it your chihuahua? Chihuahuas. Yeah. Yeah, but that's the smaller ones, right? Kind of, it's a little smaller ones. I think it's the size of the final pop version. That is maybe why popcorn is the most, and it's the cheapest too, right? How much butter you can get on there? Is this GMO? Oh yeah, it's microwavable, dude. There's everything wrong with this. This is genetically modified. Probably fucking soy lecithin on there. It's probably like, probably not. It's probably a cottonseed oil. Probably fucking fluoride ridden salt. I don't think you can find. Maybe you can non-GMO microwavable popcorn. Probably. Bro, I'm broke right now. I don't have no money. I just wasted. Like I spent the last bit that I have. I'm buying the apocalypse food. Apocalypse food and beer. Well, I have. I watched a soccer game tonight. Pretty awesome. Well, my buddy paid for that, but it was pretty live. It was semi-pro league. They were bad and nice. It was really interesting. A couple players on there were like, are we watching like a high school team? Because it looked like it was small kids. And a couple dudes, I was like, man, they're kind of mad big. Nah, they could play though. Oh, it was a mad good game. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. No qualms, no quibbles. I mean, obviously, you know what I'd be eating right now if I could afford it? All in-season fresh fruits, vegetables, and if I wasn't pretty sure that they're gonna do some wild shit with this world, I'm not trying. Like it's easy to fast, but I'm not trying to. Canned foods on sale. Fresh fruits and vegetables. Through the roof. Want some blueberries? It's gonna be $8.50 for a pint. Fuck out of here. Fuck am I for that? That's like 2 handfuls. Okay, well, I haven't really got anything else to talk about, guys. I hope you had fun. I'm gonna try to get a little rest tonight again, and I do want to watch some zombie movies. You guys want to be inspired by why I asked this question? Because I've been watching this show called Z Nation. Funny enough, they call it Z Nation. Had nothing to do with me, but the setup is really nice. They start off with there's this virus going around, and then when you got these zombies working, there's some crazy World War III shit happening. It's all there. It's all there. It's a really good show. You really like the characters. They call off a few that you think will stick around, and then good show. Good show. Yeah, I mean, Right climate for it right now, huh? Blueberries are kind of like what? It's a spring or fall, right? Kind of like watching the protests. Yeah, I mean, I could survive anywhere if fruit was readily available for me to eat. Like, I mean, I could walk around the streets where I live. I know where there's some fruit trees. I could find enough different fruit trees. You know, people's backyards, and there's one over this college, and then there's this there's on this street, and there's I could find enough food. Yeah, they don't in America. I don't want you to have shit for free. I don't know fruit trees and none of that shit. You ain't eating that. Go fuck over here. Go grocery store. Overpay for everything. Anyways, yeah, I mean that'll be life, right? And like I said, like how to change the world. Fuck all your golf courses. And plant some goddamn fruit trees in there instead of the goddamn oaks and all this other bullshit you got sitting there. Nothing wrong with oak trees, I'm just saying. And you know, let people walk around there and get some food. Yeah. All right, everybody, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. But again, if you guys want, feel free to join me for it's on Netflix, so it's free. Unless you don't have Netflix, then find a friend that does, and they'll give you an account. It's good to see everybody. I'm gonna get the fuck out of here and have a beautiful evening. You guys already know, thumbs up, like, sub, all that shit. If you guys want to donate money to me so I don't die. I mean, I don't think money's keeping me alive, but it does help make sure that I have a place to live until the zombie apocalypse, when everything will be free and there'll be complete anarchy. You know how to find that. It's beneath. Yeah. Woot woot, motherfucker. Good to see y'all. Bong bong. Stay well. Do weird shit. See y'all soon.